How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a super tanky melee build that you guys could be using right now in Back 4 Blood. With this setup, you guys should be able to easily get through Recruit and Veteran, and this build can even be taken into Nightmare. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck, now is your time to do so. But for the remainder of this video, I'm just going to be talking about why every card is where it is, and just what role every card plays in the deck, and just everything like that. So the objective of this deck is simple. We are just a simple melee deck. The only thing that kind of makes us different from the traditional melee deck is that we're going to have a few cards that kind of really make our base health better, and that's going to make it so cards like Battle Lust and Face Your Fears get even better when we just are going to regen all of this health over and over and over again, and it's just going to make us an absolute tank. Now, in the number 1 spot, we have Meth Head, which gives us plus 40% melee attack speed, plus 30% melee stamina efficiency, and our melee attacks no longer will stick in tough enemies, but it disables our ADS. Now, this card is basically just locking us in right from the get-go that we are going to be a melee build, but I mean, this is just one of, if not the best melee card in the game. It makes us swing faster and swing longer. I mean, that's what we want. All we need now is a way to get stamina and a way to have all of our melee attacks do more damage, which there are plenty of cards that could do that. Number 2 is going to be Adrenaline Fueled, which says when we kill an enemy, we gain 7 stamina over 7 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Now, this is going to be basically like the only other stamina card in our deck because it's just that good. Like, if you just keep swinging and killing common over and over and over and over and over again, it's going to essentially be like you have unlimited stamina. And something that I like to keep track of is it says when you kill an enemy. So maybe if you're done meleeing and let's say you like missed a few hits and you don't get the Adrenaline Fuel trigger, you can actually just switch to your gun and shoot some zombies and gain stamina that way, because this is when we kill an enemy, not when we melee an enemy. Now, number 3 is going to be Berserker, which says we gain 10% melee damage, 10% melee speed, and 5% move speed for each melee kill in the last 4 seconds. Now, this one seems really obvious. It's just one of the best melee cards in the game. It gives us 3 really good effects with absolutely no downside, and it just makes what we're doing that much better. Now, the number 4 and 5 spot are going to play the exact same role. They're both just going to be health cards. Face Your Fears is going to say we gain 2 temporary health whenever we kill a Ridden within 2 meters, and Battle Lust says melee kills heal 2 health. Now, with Face Your Fears, basically what it's saying is every time we melee an enemy, we're going to get 2 temporary health. Now, the reason that we have it on top of Battle Lust, even though these cards play the exact same purpose, I think Face Your Fears is just better just throughout the entire game. Battle Lust is only better after we've already applied other cards that make our base health bigger, and I mean, then Battle Lust is going to start canceling out trauma damage and just stuff like that. But Face Your Fears is going to just be good throughout the entire campaign, absolutely no matter what, because, I mean, no matter what, you can use temporary health, you know what I mean? But you can't always use regular health because of trauma. Now, number 6 is going to be Spiky Bits, which gives us plus 20% melee damage, plus 10% damage resistance while using a melee weapon, with minus 15% ammo capacity as the downside. Now, as for the downside, I mean, we're not a gun deck. We don't really care about our ammo at all, and I mean, we kind of just have a pump action shotgun most of the time, and I mean, it's not like that thing's a real ammo monster, you know what I mean? I mean, just a few rounds last a really long time in a gun like that. Now, the thing that makes Spiky Bits really unique is that it gives us plus 10% damage resistance while using a melee weapon. Now, we're always going to be using a melee weapon, and when we get damage resistance, that means we're not going to be taking as much trauma, and whenever that happens, that's just making Battle Lust that much better. Now, number 7 is going to be Motorcycle Helmet, which gives us plus 15% damage resistance and plus 10 health, but it disables our ADS. But Meth Head already said we disable our ADS, so I mean, this doesn't really matter anymore. And the reason that this is in here is just to make Battle Lust so much better, because it makes us not take as much damage, and it gives us a higher base health, which, like I was saying earlier, is going to make Battle Lust and Face Your Fears just that much better, making us that much more of a tank. Now, at the number 8 spot, we have Experienced DMT, which says when you use a medical accessory, the target gains plus 10% maximum health, stamina, and stamina regen until the end of the level. Now, I know this looks a little weird to be in a melee deck rather than a medic deck, but I mean, this card just kind of does everything we want just for simply healing ourselves. And I mean, we don't really use anything like pills or anything that often because Face Your Fears and Battle Lust are just that good. But when we do heal for the first time, and I mean, we can even just, if you have a coordinated team, just, you know, shoot everybody once and then heal them once. I mean, you can get plus health, which, like I said earlier, makes this card that much better. We get plus 10 stamina, which means we can swing longer, and stamina regen, which means we get stamina faster. It's just everything we want in a card. And I mean, yes, we can also do this to our teammates and make it so, you know, it doesn't only have to be the medic doing it, you know what I mean? Now, number 9 is going to be Heavy Hitter, which says melee hits against weak spots deal plus 20 additional stumble damage. Now, if you don't know what stumble damage is, if you deal enough damage to a special infected's weak spot, it is going to stumble, which means it's just going to knock it back a little bit. Now, what's really good about this is if you hit a special infected in its weak spot damage with this melee build, you're either going to kill them in one shot, and if you don't kill them in one shot, you're going to stumble them back just so you can hit them in their weak spot over and over and over again. That's why Heavy Hitter is really good, because it makes this pretty much a guarantee every time. Number 15 is going to be Durable, which gives us plus 15% trauma resistance and plus 5 health. It's just to make Battle Lust that much better, and I mean, having plus 15% trauma resistance is really helpful. Like, just keeping trauma away as much as possible is just where we want to be, and it just lets us be that much more tanky all the time. Number 11 is going to be Brazen, which gives us plus 20% melee stamina efficiency and plus 30% melee attack speed with minus 5% damage resistance as the downside. Now, I mean, this card just makes us swing faster and swing longer. That's just what we want to be doing. It's just a worse method, but I mean, just because it's a worse method doesn't mean it's still not really, really good. So, I mean, it's not nearly as important as like getting everything like this online and just making sure our health is where it needs to be. That way we can tank. But I mean, somewhere down here where we're starting to get to like the finale situations, I mean, it's a great card to have on your team. Now, number 12 is going to be Screwdriver, which gives us plus 50% use speed and plus 10% stamina. Now, the reason that this card's in here is because use speed is actually like a secret all-star that just people don't really think about. Because, I mean, you use it when you know, rescuing survivors, you use it when you're picking your teammates up, you're using it when you're doing just anything. Like in the end of Act 1 where you have to load the rockets into the gun and then shoot it over and over, use speed is going to make that go 50% faster. And I mean, it's just for playing a card that also gives you stamina, which you're a melee build, which it's what you want, and this card gives you no downsides. Now, number 13 is going to be Body Armor, which gives us plus 25% trauma resistance and minus 15% ammo capacity as the downside. Like I said earlier with Durable, just keeping as much trauma off as much as humanly possible just so we can be that much more tanky. It's just where we want to be. It's just going to let us do our thing longer, which is what needs to happen. Now, number 14 is going to be Canned Goods, which gives us plus 40 health and minus 30% stamina as the downside. Now, I know taking 30% away from our stamina bar is like a really steep thing for a melee deck, but I mean, think about it. We have other cards in the deck that give us stamina, so I mean, at worst, we just have the same stamina bar as what we originally spawned with. And I mean, plus 40 health, that is going to make us an absolute just unit on the field. I mean, with Face Your Fears and Battle Lust, we are going to have so much health. It is just going to be ridiculous. And with all this trauma resistance, we are just going to be swinging until nothing is left. And I mean, we're still gonna have adrenaline fueled. Now, this card doesn't care how much stamina you have. I mean, it just gives you stamina over and over and over and over. And number 15 is gonna be Vanguard, which says melee kills grant 1 temporary health to you and nearby teammates. Now, this is just gonna make it so every melee kill we get is going to give us 3 temporary health and our teammates 1. And this is going to be especially good when you guys are bottled up in a small room together, or if you guys are just stuck together in general. You are going to be generating a lot of temp health for your team, and you honestly might even be more effective than your healer. When you guys are like, you know, all up in a tiny spot and you're just like bottleneck at the doorway, you are gonna get, you know, like, you know, 50, 60 temp health just to your team for just standing there. Well, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any deck changes that you guys would make, and as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's gonna be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire needed teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.